She's telling it. All right, y'all. So real quick, just want to show you what I'm eating for breakfast because I'm transparent. Just got my McDonald's breakfast because just want to get my day started. I was gonna run to Giant. Yeah, I was gonna run to Giant. I actually probably still will run to Giant, but I was like, let me just go with the creative juices that I'm having right now. I want to start writing today. I want to work on more. I want to get more videos uploaded. So I just ordered. I've got my drink here, and that's a strawberry banana smoothie, and then I have my caramel iced coffee that I love to have. It's funny because I don't really ever finish that caramel iced coffee, but I like the idea of getting it. And then I have I got an egg and cheese McMuffin meal, and as usual they put fucking pork on my shit. This shit is nasty. The good part of I don't eat fucking meat, let alone, and I hate it because even if you take it off, you still fucking smell it and taste. I would slap this shit, bro. God, I fucking hate that shit. I fucking hate that shit. Get my fucking order right. Let me breathe, okay? So you already know, I already did my workout this morning, and now I'm just eating breakfast, and then I'm gonna create. That's what I'm doing today. I'm a creator, and I'm about to create. I'm about to try to put up as many videos as possible because I have a lot to say, and I have a lot that I need to be saying, and yeah, so that's what I'm gonna be doing. This is always giving me like cold on the I always like these, but it always makes you like cold on the roof of your mouth, and you're like a really brain freeze. That's what it's called. I'm trying to think of the name of it earlier. I'm like, it's a brain freeze. People want me to do a video on like how men benefit more from marriage. Girl, child, I could do that. I told them I was going to do the video because I'm like, what I'm not about to do is sit here and answer the question over and over and over. And the crazy thing is, males are such pieces of shit. They ask and they're full. They know what the fuck it is. You piece of shit. Like, give me a break. Give me a break. You can't name one good healthy marriage in your motherfucking life that men did more than a woman. You know your dad cheated. You know your dad a deadbeat. You know your uncle done cheated and he a dead. Did they even have jobs? Can we stop gaslighting? Because I ain't that one. You can't gaslight a motherfucking boss, bitch. That shit be pissing me off. Resources, examples. Your example is your whole damn life, motherfucker. And you're not married, first and foremost. The crazy thing is they ask like you about to go get married somewhere. You ain't about to get married. And then it's like, am I selling you on this shit? Like, that's kind of like sadistic to me when I think about it. Like, are these motherfuckers taking notes so then now maybe they will be getting married because they're like, okay, we do benefit from it? Like, this is what women are really putting up with? Stop it, ladies. How about you stop living in a fucking fairy tale? That shit is not the best. It's not the move. It's not the move. Only people I recommend getting married if you have to get married are the women who still have to have children. After you have your kids, what are you doing? Like, if you had your kids already, whether you got married to his ass or not, whether he was deadbeat or not, once you already have your children and you didn't get married, like at least at one time when the kids was little and you need some help raising the kids or whatever, you need a father figure or something, why are you getting married later on? Or if your child's father is still an active participant in your child's life, why are you getting married to whatever? I just don't see the benefit. What's the benefit? What's the benefit? I have not seen a marriage yet. Bro, I've been jealous. This to take this like fucking pork. I fucking hate that shit. I'm like, great, I get to go up there waste my time, and now I gotta tell them my sandwich messed up. Like, just fucking do my sandwich right. Oh my god. It's like, not only do I not eat meat, but I absolutely I hate meat, and I really fucking hate pork. Really fucking hate it. I do not fucking eat pork. I don't eat meat. I cannot. It's fucking nasty. Goddamn swine, like on bark everywhere. But yeah, so they I just can't. There ain't no marriage I be looking at like, oh, I wish I had that marriage. No, I know it. I know the woman is unhappy. The guy might be unhappy too, but women are always more unhappy than men. That's why we majority of the time are the ones that file for divorce. We majority of the times are the ones that say divorce. This shit is not even that good. I'm getting calories over some shit that ain't even good like that. Make that make sense. Men feel like they lose more in divorce. So obviously, if you feel like you lose more when you get divorced, then what does that tell you about marriage? Dummy. It tells you that you feel like you gaining more while you married. I'll check on in there. Anyways, but yeah, if men feel like they're losing more from the divorce, then obviously you felt like you were gaining more when you were married. Just simple economics. It's like simple deduction of reasoning. So this one guy, oh my gosh. So this is an example. This dude was like, so when you get divorced, she get half your pension. What pension? Who's retiring? Like, men barely have fucking jobs. Like, stop it. Like, can we really look at the numbers and see like who is actually working? Like, and then if you are working, are you really like working to retirement age, or are you like in and out of work? Then on top of that, the person who's the woman that you married if you already had your pension set up before you got married to her, she's not gonna be entitled to it. Dummy. Because the reason why your wife would be entitled to your pension, or either spouse, whichever, take it how fucking resonate. Because nowadays the women work more than the men. Woo! Oh my gosh. But anyways, the reason why your spouse will be entitled to your pension is because she was the one that held it fucking down so you can do your fucking job and create yourself some pension. That's what it originally was created for. Because women stay home with the kids, unless you want to stay home with their bad asses. The women stay home with the kids, and so when the husband retired, because she ain't got no retirement, so she had to rely on your fucking retirement because she was raising your kids. Now I don't know how it works if she was working too. I have no damn clue. I don't know. She got her own damn pension. I don't fucking know. I'm sure they factor in whatever, but that was the point of it. But let's be real though. First and foremost, men are not retiring because men are not keeping jobs like that. Even if you were retiring from one job, which no one's doing in 2023, but even if you were, the only person so basically, okay, let me tell my next point, y'all. I ain't got time for this. I ain't got time for this bullshit. The next way she would get a pension, let's pretend your ass has stayed at your job for 30 some years, which we know you're not. She would have to be married to you for at least 10 years. And this would have to be the first wife that you married before you started that job and started that pension, that retirement fund, whatever the fuck you want to call it. The fact that he's calling it a pension lets me know he's lying through his teeth, because no one calls it a pension still. The shit don't even exist no more. It's a retirement. It's your 401k. I don't know what to tell you, but you're going off of some Kevin Samuels 1983 way of thinking. Nobody ain't got no goddamn pension. They call it a retirement account. It's your retirement plan, whatever the fuck you call it. Now, the woman will have to be your wife, and she would have to be your wife before you started that job. Like, you know how people get married in college? I mean, it's like, how likely is that, to be honest, too, on top of that? Most people will not even... Most people get married after they already have their job and everything, their pension, the career that they're going to fucking have. Usually people don't get married in college. It's too goddamn young. Ain't nobody trying to get married at like 22 when you still trying to party. Like, everything about his statement is full of shit. And the crazy thing is, like, you can't even fucking say you know anyone is doing that. You can't say you didn't live it yourself. You can't say it anywhere. You basically going off of some fucking stereotypes. Jesus Christ. Like, people are, oh my gosh, people get on my nerves. You're going off of fucking stereotypes at this point. And so you're trying to pretend like this is happening and this is what women are supposed to be benefiting from. It doesn't happen. it doesn't happen. Then he talking about some, you know, she get the house and kids. Do you want the kids in the house? Because I'm sure she can work some out with you. Guys are good for some gaslighting, ain't they? They love to do some gaslighting. Let me pretend I want to raise the kids. Said no man ever. No man ever. You probably get 1% of guys that want to actually be trying to fight for some kids to raise. Majority of them, no. Not at all. Guys are full of shit because what they like to do is they like to not fight for their kids, but then bitch and pretend like you keeping them from the kids. That's what my ex do. His narcissistic ass. He like to not fight for his kids and not keep his kids. I've asked him to keep his kids, at least one of them, because he'd be cutting up in school, whatever he was doing. But he don't want his kids. He ain't trying to raise nobody because that would cut into your fun. How you gonna be a hoe when you have children? Those two things don't go together, do they? And trust me, I'm sorry, but honestly, guys will make it work. They're not anywhere as good as women. They will make it work. Like, they will make it fucking work if they want to be a hoe and they got the kids. That's why women don't even want you to have the kids. Cause who you gonna have my kids around? My ex went and took the kids to Chuck E. Cheese or somewhere and came back. The baby had big lipsticks on his forehead. Who nasty lipstick is that? Ew. My kids have never been around another man. And the way I don't plan on them ever being around no other man, like, yuck. This is not that good. I think it's the banana that's making it bitter and weird. We in Maryland, no, they can't drive. But, yeah, I mean, I'm like, yeah, my damn, my kids around something, whatever. Like, who the fuck is kissing on ew? We in the middle of COVID. Like, bitch, you can get your nasty ass lips off my child. And I don't care if you're dating, but don't bring that around my children. Your crusty flavor of the week. Yuck. I could name, like, every relationship I know, the marriage sucks. There, I said it. Like, what? There's only like one marriage, one that I can pretend might be decent. Might be decent. Okay, like one. It's like the majority of them are like bullshit, a whole lot of shit. That's why women file for divorce. Hello. If they were happy, if we were like benefiting like that, you think people would be getting divorced? Who would be like, let me like sabotage my life, this good life I have right here? I'm so sick of y'all right now. I'm so sick of y'all right now. That's why you have the rise of the lonely men. Women are like, no bueno. Women aren't signing up for that bullshit. They're not signing up for that bullshit. And men, instead of them changing, they're too arrogant and egotistical to admit, maybe I need to change something about myself. Because times are changing. This one guy look what I do now, y'all, so I can remember my rings. So I like to wear rings now, especially for this finger that be having these weird sensations. Times are changing, y'all. They better change too. Better get with the program. Like, you got the rise of the single man, the lonely. Not just single, like I'm enjoying having my best life. That's what women are doing. We're living our best life. Men are single and lonely. And the reason why this is happening is because they are being punished. Men are being punished. They have been abusing their fucking power. They've been in power all this time, and they've been abusing it. And guys who say, like, well, things used to be different back then. Yeah, things were different back then because women didn't have no choice. That's what the women's rights movement was for. I mean, we really literally had, like, a whole movement. I hate y'all. Shit. So I gotta say this stuff that no nobody wanted to say or hear. We had to have a whole movement. But yeah, nobody want to hear what I gotta say, okay? So another thing I noticed is men are very shallow. They're very shallow. They treat you better, like, based on how you look. Please get out of my face. Okay, can we just be good people and like treat people well just because you're a good person? Not because I look pretty today or put on some makeup. Stop being a whole bag, shitty face. shit-faced hoe bag person. Don't be a jerk, okay? Because I treat people well no matter what they look like. Most of the people I'm nice to, most of the guys I'm nice to, majority of the guys, pretty much all the guys I'm nice to, I would never date you in life. I would never, ever in life date you. So if I treated guys the way they treat women who they are not attracted to, I be treating them all like shit. So that's another disclaimer right there. Another little side note. Well, yeah, I'm just going in my head visually like what this guy was saying on Twitter because he was gaslighting, but it's like he was just rambling off some shit that he heard back from the 60s. It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, stop lying. Stop lying. Marriage sucks. And women get the shit end of the stick. And the reason I'm the person to tell that story because I was married. Because that's the first thing people gonna say. Somebody already said it. Yeah, you weren't married. You just... Shut the fuck up. Like, marriage is not the end all. It's not the shit. Majority of the time when women get divorced, they do not get remarried. They're just not talking about it. And we need to start talking about it. The same way people break their fucking neck telling women to get married. Like, break your fucking neck telling women not to get married. Break your fucking neck telling women why your ass got divorced and why you're never remarrying again. Break your fucking neck telling that motherfucking story. Stop hemming these females up to a bunch of bullshit. Stop giving them fucking fairy tales. Stop having them remarry and trying to find the right one. There is no right one. So now we have a rise of lonely men, right? Not only do we have a rise of lonely men, but now we also have a rise of lonely men, of living apart together. So basically it's saying even when women do get married, they don't want to live with you. Okay, boo-boo? Okay? What is all this telling y'all? Because to me, it sounds like it's telling me like marriage is not a badge of honor. Okay? It sounded to me like ain't nobody rushing to get married. You know why this is happening, man? Because when you had the power, you abused it. Now God is balancing things out, and He's giving women the power, and we're walking the fuck away because you abuse your power. And the only way that you can fix it is to balance out the masculine and feminine energies. So stop trying to bully women. Stop being a whole fucking predator. Stop trying to use the same tactics that worked in the 60s because they ain't gonna work today. We don't need you. So guess what you have to do, which a man actually said this line, and it will always stick with me. I'm going to show y'all a clip of that video if they'll let me fucking show it. Whatever. But he said when he counsels men, he tells them, when they ask, like, why does my wife want to beat me? Why? They're crying. They don't know why because they don't have no common sense. He tells them, you have to be likable. That's why your wife won't sleep with you. The video is on sexless marriage. He's telling these men, you have to be likable. It's really that simple. That's it. There is no secret sauce. There is no $1 million. There is no nothing. The reality is women just don't like you. Remember that saying from that one? What did they name that whole movie? He's just not that into you. Maybe she's just not that into you. The way men are not used to hearing that. Do we have an equivalent to a movie like that? Like if we don't, we're overdue. See, that movie was because women were still pining for marriage. Men were the prize, marriage was the prize, it was the bag, and we were still running around trying to get it. What is the point? Okay. What is the point at this point? If you have your own money as a woman, you already have your children. Let's say you're like 35. So you already got your career, you have money, you have children, you have your own house, you got your own car, you got all this shit. Why are you running around trying to run and get a husband? All this shit, you got degrees, you got all kinds of shit. Are you telling me like all this stuff you've accomplished means nothing because you don't have a dusty ass husband on your arm? You're basically saying you have no value because you don't have a husband. Is that what we're saying here? So you have accomplished like so many amazing things in the last 35, 40 years, whatever, how many years? 25, 30 years, whatever. Your whole life you've been killing it. Because women do. That's what we do. We do great in school, we do great in college, we do great in work and career, we do great raising kids, we just killing it. And you're telling me that literally, you're basically telling God that this as well. But literally you're worth nothing until you find a man. Because that's what that woman said. I'm just repeating what I hear all the time and what I see all the time, especially with the boomer generation. They're like the last dying breed of that way of thinking. I'm sorry. But I still see young girls trying to slide into that. No. I'm going to be the auntie that they wish that they should have always had. I'm the auntie that's telling you like it is. I'm not going to be the auntie that's going to feed you lies and alibis while I'm dealing with an abusive ass relationship. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. But you're basically telling God that what he created was not enough. That's what you're telling him. Every day that you run around and looking for yourself a husband, because he didn't say nothing about to find a husband would be a good thing. He said for a man to find a wife. But every time you running around looking for a husband, you are telling God that what he created wasn't good enough. That you literally have no value until you get a husband. And men will sit here and let you think that. I just watched a video, and this guy told a woman, basically he told her women ain't got no worth except for their sex. You know, you hear men talking shit about women's degrees. They don't like women who have careers because now we're too independent. Maybe it's because you can't control us anymore. I don't know. Mr. Manipulative asshole. Maybe it's because you can't manipulate, control, what the fuck you call it? Like, what do you call it? Exploit? You mad because she got her own, so she gonna be her own woman. So now you have to actually be a good person. You have to be likable. They think they got God's gift. You know, God said for a man to find a wife. So apparently the woman is the gift. But they think they're God's gift, so they don't feel like they have to change for you. Who are you? That's how they look at it. Who are you for me to have to be a good person? Oh man, I got a dick swinging between my legs. I got a schlong swinging about between my legs. Who are you? I've arrived. That's enough that I'm in your presence. That's how they look. That's how their arrogance and their egos. I used to tell people. I was thinking like last year. I thought if we could just bottle up an ounce of men's ego. And sold it to women. Yikes. I think the whole fucking world would collapse. If women had an ounce of man ego, the world would collapse. There would never be nobody to kiss their ass anymore. If his ass parked beside me, I'm gone. There would be no one to kiss their ass. I cannot stand when people park beside me. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. It's like people know when you want to not be bothered, and here they come. But yeah, so guys will be, they just be like, so egotistical, so arrogant, so entitled. They don't feel like they have to be a good person. Why do they have to put forth that effort? For who? For you? Bye. I'm about to write. 1, I'm psychic. 2, I haven't seen this shit my whole goddamn 40 years of life. 3, I do the research. 4, I follow women who talk about it. 5, it literally is just like obvious. It's common sense. It's common fucking sense. It's just natural. Natural the way it is. This is naturally what it is. That's why marriage rates are declining, divorce rates are increasing. But people who like want to keep you stuck in marriage, in this marriage fucking raggedy ass mindset, they try to be like, oh, divorce rates are declining. Yeah, because people ain't get married to begin with. It's kind of hard to get divorced when you never got married. Make that shit make sense. Make that shit make sense. I be seeing articles like the headline. They be like, marriage rates are on a decline, but so are divorce rates. Wait, what? Yeah, that's it. That's not like a badge of honor. That's not a cookie. I'm not getting this. It's like they're trying to imply that like people aren't getting divorced. No, the divorce rates are declining because people are not getting married. I can look around me and see that ain't nobody married. No women are married. I know women who ain't never got married, ain't trying to get married. Beautiful women to raise the kids and everything. You know, if you raise kids, you ain't getting married. I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell you that right now. If men don't get women while they trying to raise some kids, you're stuck. You're done. It's not happening for you. It's not happening. If you didn't marry her when you had kids with her, not for you either. I'm not bringing randos around my kids. Nah. 2, most times the father is still around. What I need you for? If we dating, we dating. That's what we're doing. We dating. You're not moving in with me. You don't even need to meet my kids, to be honest. People too fucking weird out here. You think you know somebody, you never did, so don't even try that bullshit. Why are you dating? Don't do it. I'm one of them people I like to just prevent it from happening to begin with. I'm not proactive. I'm not reacting to bullshit, any shit. Especially when it comes to my children. No. I'm reacting to nothing. It will never fucking happen to begin with. Because the way I'm gonna catch a case if it do, like, well, I could answer that with a straight face because you will be dead. Fucking with me. Your ass will be dead. Deader than dead. You fuck with my offspring. So that's a whole nother story. I'm not bringing these dusty, raggedy dudes around my kids. Like, I can like you all day long. Who's Dr. Umar Johnson? Research shows, I mean, men do not treat, they're not going to treat a child that's not their biological child the same as they should, like their biological. Men treat their biological kids like shit. You're not getting that one iota of a fucking chance to harm my kids. You're just not. I don't care how much I like you. Because I don't trust, And their dad's still around too? Like, why? Why didn't you be around my kids? Nah. I'm good. I'm good off that shit. I'm mad their dad is being a whole bag and got raggedy ass females around him. Because females is trying to his face too. If I find out one goddamn thing about that bitch, that's another video. Another video, okay? I asked my son, he was like, yeah, and daddy has a girlfriend. So I'm like, you're dumb. Like, why didn't you fucking tell me? Because you know I'm gonna let you be around, have my kids around her. Whoever the fuck it is. I literally, for all the goof troops that say something about this being a jealousy thing, if it was jealousy, I literally could be with him today. Like in the next minute if I wanted to. Ew. Yuck. We're not together because I left him. And when he had that trifling, that female around my children, I'm going to try to be nice. Wait, 8:42, look at this, y'all. In my life. Okay, time. Stop it. It was 8:42 and 8:42. That's what I see all the time. But yeah, girlfriend. I don't care if he has a girlfriend. I could care less. If I gave a shit, I would be with him myself to try to keep him from having a girlfriend, which, like I said, try. Don't really mean it's going to happen. He could still be having some hoes on the side, which is why we're not together. One of the reasons, but I don't give a shit about that. But why do my kids got to be around it? Who is this random ass person? And I don't give a fuck. You know, in 50 years, I don't know her. I think it's so rude, like bringing your kids around people that the other parent hasn't met, because you don't even get to know like who the fuck is this person around my child on. I can't stand that shit. I would like never do that. Or just have somebody around him that my kids is like, he don't know. It's trifling. I was watching this video where they was talking about how Kanye West had this new wife around North. Was it North? Is that their oldest child? I think that's his first child, their firstborn. I'm like, that is so... Dudes are known for that dumb shit because they don't care about their kids. That's nasty. Don't be just bringing whatever around my kid. I don't give a fuck you married her 2 minutes ago. Like, I don't care. If I haven't met her, like, she has no business around my children. She is not giving birth to them, nothing. My kids are not a toy. And you don't have them enough for you to be around, having her around them. You know, once a damn fucking, you get one day out of the week, get that. We put that some double standards, like, they don't want no other man raising their kids, but they got some hoe around your children. Anyways, Lord, women, if you really want a husband, go get yourself an old guy. He'll be quick to get married. He will look at you as a pension plan. You're vibrant. You're still got a lot of good years left in you. If y'all get divorced, there's no working ass that's going to use you for alimony. That's the truth. And that's the scam. As I tell women, it's so easy. If you want a husband, you can get one today. If you that damn hungry and pressed for some validation, date yourself an older brother. Or older brother, whatever you want to call him. Get somebody over like 40. Get somebody in like 40. Let's do 40. Right before he goes to the old folks home. I hate y'all. This girl out here talking about. This girl out here talking about how men are in the old folks home at like 40. You know why? Because they was trifling their whole life. Then they don't take care of themselves either. They just be living footloose and fancy free. Like, they are so damn careless. And then you have a stroke or you have some kind of health issue that happens to you unexpectedly at too damn young of an age, Kevin Samuels. And some of them, if they live to tell about it, if they live to tell about it, they don't have nobody to take care of them because they've abandoned everybody in their life. Everybody's ever loved them and cared for them. They didn't treat them like shit. But shit catches up to you, selfish mouthfish. It catches up to you. Eventually, you look around and you ain't got nobody. That's what narcissists do. They burn every fucking bridge. They so fucking dumb and short-sighted. They burn every motherfucking bridge. They don't think too far. And then when they have no one, they're like, hey. I'm sorry, 47. They want to look around and now they want to throw a pity party because they don't have nobody around to help them with anything. Why? You brought that on yourself. You made your bed, lie in it. You made your bed, lie in it. I just ordered this. It's nice. They give you 4 of them, 4 plates. Anyhow, so I'm about to roll to some water. I think today I'm gonna do the George Washington Parkway. I don't think there's a heart. Oh, you know where I may be going today? The Alexandria Harbor, darling. Let me put on some makeup. I feel like it's gonna be a day of fun. Okay. 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 Let me put on my makeup real quick. It shouldn't even take that long. Honestly, I need to order some more of these because I really like this. It's very, what do you call it? It's mahogany. Actually, I'm gonna run to Walmart real quick. I want this again, but like darker because I feel like it was too light and it was sticking out. It was weird. That tells me I need to go to this other area. I honestly want to go home and go to bed. I'm so tired. My stomach is just like, it's like in pain. Like it's like a cramping kind of deal. Back here. Yeah, guys be just tripping. They just leave me alone. Ooh, and you can tell when you don't care. They can tell. I'm just surprised them was. I don't give a fuck. They can tell. They can tell the difference in women. They know when women know too. I think they just feel like they gotta say something for the team. They gotta jump in here and try to stop the true promotion of marriage. What it's really about. The truth about marriage. They want to stop it. Look at my phone. Guys are like, oh no. We can't sell the bet. We can't we got another operative. We gotta jump out it. It's just like, dude, like, no. Marriage is trash. It's fucking trash. And women are speaking out. Fuck that. Thank gosh. And I say you're doing God's Lord's work because you're, one, saving lives. You're putting women on game. And 2, you're saving lives. But you literally are like keeping women from being miserable their whole damn life. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. Because I feel like women be in some trash because they just be like, my mom said I gotta get married or what. Women be trying to keep everybody happy. Just be selfish like men are. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. If they want to leave their kids behind, they do. If they want to not be married, they don't. They be with somebody 40 fucking years and won't marry her and be looking dumb as fuck, but they don't care. People judge them all day. They don't care. They don't care. Judge me, Mom. Shut up, Mommy. You know, they just don't. They do not care. They don't care. They're too selfish. Too self-centered. All right, y'all. So this is my okay. I finally got the case off. Took a little work. Finally got it off. I put the metal dill shells right there for the thingamajig, and now I'm putting the case back on. I'm telling women, it's selfish season, like this one lady was talking about, and it's time to be selfish. It's back here under the case itself. Then you have this. That's how I host the phone up. Where am I gonna put it? I have no clue. This young girl was like, I want to know, and I really want to know, so I'll tell you. I'm more than happy to share my truth, because you cannot listen. You can listen. What you're going to not be able to do is say you didn't know better, because you did, and you still ran over there and grabbed some trash and played in the trash bags anyway. And I'm not saying like all men are not marriage material, but a lot of them aren't. And you need to know what to look for. You need to know what you're getting yourself into. Because it's not really about whether he's a good man or not. It's society. To some degree, a lot of it has to do with society and culture. I don't know where to put this. Like, men just aren't expected to put up the shit women are expected to put up with. That's just the culture of this country. That's why men benefit more, because of the culture. That's why we had to have a women's rights movement, because of the culture. It wasn't no other reason other than the culture. We were susceptible to it because we live in America. That's just what it is. Let's talk really quickly, y'all. Let's just shoot the shit. People want to know, how do men benefit from marriage more than women? First and foremost, men benefit more because a lot of times they don't know how to cook. So the women are doing all the cooking. The women are raising the kids. The women work also, just like the men. And usually the women are sometimes the only ones working. So we're the breadwinners. So we're providing for him. A roof over his head. The house is in our name, etc., etc. Is built-in sex, because typically when you're the wife, it's expected that you do your wifely duties and give your husband sex. And that doesn't even guarantee that he's not going to cheat on you as you're doing your wifely duties. A lot of times women are being abused, controlled. We definitely are being held back a lot from our greatness because we have a husband. A lot of times men are going to hold you back because they're jealous of your success or your talents or whatever, and they're jealous that they're mediocre as fuck, and they feel like they're entitled to be doing better than you, frankly. So if you're doing better than them, then it's like they're going to sabotage you and do things to pull you down, or they might just let you be great and they go sit on the couch and feel depressed and feel sorry for themselves because they can't do better than you. They get to see their kids every day without really having to raise them. So once you get a divorce, it's like now the men don't see their kids as often, which some of them actually don't mind that. But when they do see them, they have to actually be a parent. So that means they have to actually cook, clean, get them baths, deal with the temper tantrums, etc. They can't be like, oh, just go to your mom, or here, honey, the baby's crying, or whatever. So that's another benefit that men enjoy. And this is just off the top of my head. Women tend to bring like a social aspect to men's lives. Men are kind of very antisocial type creatures. So a lot of times when you're married, you have a social life because you have a wife. So she's bringing that to you. Also, wives also tend to keep their husbands healthy. So they call it nagging. That's what men like to call it. But usually it's the wife who's telling the husband, it's time to get your checkup, honey. It's time to do this, honey. It's time to go to the doctor, get your, prostate checked, or whatever gross thing. Because we would like to see our husbands live a nice old age. Speaking of that, of health, So just recently learned there's a lot of men who are in old folks homes because men are good for burning bridges. So they typically run through all the people who cared about them, they just run through them like a bulldozer. And so by the time they get older and they actually like have a stroke or heart attack or some debilitating something, because they don't take care of themselves, they don't like to go to the hospital. So by the time they get like they have a stroke or something that's going to make them need more help and care, nobody likes them. They're not likable people, so they have no one around them. So now they're in old folks home at like 40 something years old. That's insane. So when you have a wife, of course, you have a caretaker, a built-in caretaker, someone who's going to make sure that you are taken care of. You know, like if something happens to you and you're like paralyzed or whatever, you have like your wife now taking care of you, because a very high chance that she took care of herself, so she's healthier than you. And typically women do live longer than men because we take care of our health. That's another added benefit for men. They get that caretaker, companionship. You have someone you get to hang out with who's pretty amazing. Women usually are very loving and nurturing and not so aggressive and not in such nightmares. So all the women in my family basically are the providers of the family. Most of them are the ones that have the jobs. Some of them are the only ones working. If it wasn't for them, I don't know if the men would have a roof over their head unless they go live with their mom or somebody. Unless they go find another couch to sleep on. How are you couch surfing at like 50 something? And guys just tend to be like needy. They don't like to admit it, but they're lonely. Do you know a man that's ever been single? Like, I say they're single, but they always have somebody in the wings. Like when women are single, we're really single. Guys need sex. Let them tell it. They need sex, so they usually have some female that's hanging around that they can call whenever they want some booty. But like women really just be celibate, even though we can get dick like literally anywhere. We just be like celibate as fuck because we value humanity more than not. But yeah, men definitely benefit more. Yeah, they do. And honestly, like I can't even think of like, aside from my perceived value, like I cannot even think of like one thing that women benefit from when they marry men. I really don't. I can't think of anything. Some men get a built-in maid service, like women picking up their drawers and shit like that. Because men are nasty. They like never clean up behind themselves. I have all boys and it's weird. It's like, and they're not the only ones, obviously. I've seen it my whole life. I'm like, God forbid you close the cabinet or put down the toilet seat or pick up your underwear off the floor. It just be like simple shit, and they feel too entitled to be bothered. Like it's like they just don't care. And they can live in like complete filth. It's disgusting. They're totally okay with that. So if typical woman, if you like to not live in filth, that usually means you're going to be cleaning up behind people. So yeah, that's my list. Hope this helps. Bye. Earlier than I would like for it to be, so we're gonna grab my coat really quickly. My butt gets off. Today I'm gonna be lazy about this and not do what I'm supposed to be doing. Perfect. Okay, so here we have water. It's called the something dog park. It's a great place to come to. It's quiet and it's a great place to just be near water. If you want to just come out here and do some writing or something like that. Oh, cool. All these feathers. Oh, these feathers. I didn't know it was a dog park. It doesn't matter. There's actually like a lot of stuff along this. I think this is the Potomac right here. There's a lot of stuff over here. Look at that. me sit down and do this video really quickly with you all. You could talk about when you're a victim of, like, domestic violence or whatever. And I'm like, let's be real. A lot of marriages, I could probably do a percentage. A lot of marriages probably have some DV going on there. It's because the guys just testosterone, they're very aggressive, and there's like, I don't know, they're just controlling, and they feel like entitled to treat women the way they treat women. So, if I came out here again, I probably would have my iPod, so I don't have to hold my phone, because it's like, I feel like it's too close to my face. But I just feel like a lot of them just feel like they should get to treat women the way they want, and that alone is why marriage sucks for women, because, like, it's giving oppression. It's giving slavery, really want to keep it honest. I mean, somewhere out there, someone is benefiting. Women are benefiting somewhere, but not. I don't think the average woman is. Some of the guys that throw those stats around typically are going off of like a Jay-Z situation, like a story that doesn't. It's not your story. You don't make enough money to pay alimony or whatever. It's like, just give me a break. You're not even barely paying child support, so it's just not a badge of honor. Even if I sat here and tried to think like, oh, this is the benefit, I just don't see it. The most benefit you get is like, oh, you have a husband that helps you raise the kids, but that's if he helps you raise the kids. We're going to have a whole other video talking just about married single mothers. It's like a whole thing that nobody talks about either. Essentially, women are suffering in silence. Yeah. Which was going on there. Is people are suffering in silence, and we've been conditioned to think that you have to do marriage to be a good person, like to do the right thing for the children, etc. So you're basically, even men, I mean, you're pretty much doing this at the expense of your own happiness to sacrifice for your kids. It's like, how much sacrificing do I need to do? It's gotten to the point now where I think people just don't even want to have kids, because they're just like, if that's the trade-off, the price is too high. It's just too high. It's like it's bad enough you had to raise someone, however many you have, for like 18 years. That's a lot of sacrifice right there. But then you're stuck to somebody that isn't a good partner for like 18-something years, if not longer. So that's the story, y'all. I'm here to tell the truth. And if women are being honest, they will say it's the truth. They're suffering in silence. And people who are like, oh, I was married. Not only was I married, but I know a lot of married women. What our family does is we get married. That's what everyone does. We grew up in a church. So marriage has been pushed on us incessantly. My mom is like on her third marriage. My sister did her second one. My aunt has been married twice. But my sister, even though she's a Gen Xer, she acts like a boomer. She's just hard. She's very fucking hard-headed. Like, she does not listen. She doesn't try to learn nothing new. She just wants to sit in her old ways. Like, she's an old lady. I'm like, you're not even that old to be acting like an ancient old person. And she just... she just wants to try to, like, please my mom and pretend she's conservative, even though she's really not that conservative, and just do what, just pretty much she's like a carbon copy of my mother, and I think that's stupid. I'm just like, I'm sorry, I'm like, I mean, it'd be one thing if the results were great, but nope, that's literally the definition of insanity. Like, I see what y'all are doing, so why would I go do it? That's stupid. Like, oh, it didn't work for you all, let me go do it and expect some different results. It's almost like arrogant. Like you think you're so great that your results are going to be different from what happened with everyone else, you know. So you're going to get the same guy. And I mean, literally, she got like the same guy. So like when she was with her now almost second ex-husband, my mom's husband is like just like her second husband. But my mother, because she's a boomer, she's like tolerating more BS. My sister's getting divorced, and me, I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I got divorced in 2011, I think. I think it was 2011. It's weird because I don't even think about it. It was like 12 or 13 years ago. Yeah. And the way I don't be thinking about no marriage, I just be like, no. My ex was like a nightmare. He was a nightmare. I just had no desire. Like once I saw his true colors, I knew I didn't want to be married to him the rest of my life. I knew I didn't want to deal with that. And I didn't care. Like we had 3 children together. I was not like about to be like, oh, I need to be made an honest woman of, or I need to be validated by society or something. I don't give a shit. Like I was like, literally was doing everything on my own. What is the benefit of marriage when you're doing everything on your own already? I was taking care of the kids alone. I was paying for a lot of things, like pretty much everything on my own. I was working. I was actually running my own business, which I probably will start up soon again. But I already had my own money. I've always had my own money. Whether I was a stay-at-home mom or not, I always had my own money coming in. And I was always doing stuff. I was either in college or running a business or something. Because I can't sit still. But just always an asset financially. And then I'm raising the kids. And cleaning, cooking, having to have sex with them, I guess. And then, on top of that, as a wife, you just have so many rules. You have so many rules. Like, you're not supposed to go out clubbing. You can't cheat on your husband. You're not supposed to be doing that. So it's like, you're in a sexless marriage. Then what? Just sexless. You're just not getting any, you're just there. So that was happening. I've probably been celibate more in my life. It's funny because I've been in relationships like majority of my adult life. I've been with somebody and I've been probably getting less sex than people who actually weren't single. Like that makes sense. But it's like if it's not working and you're faithful, then what? Nothing. You have nothing. So that's another fun bonus. And of course, guys don't care. They'll go out and get whatever they want. And you're just getting cheated on now. And I'm going to talk about the abuse. The fighting. The constant fighting. Especially if you're with a narcissist. Nothing you do is ever going to be good enough. Nothing. You can literally do acrobatics in the bedroom. You can have that house spotless. You can cook 4-course meals. It does not matter. It does not matter. They will make sure every day that you know that you're not good enough for them to be with them. And I was supposed to marry that. To do what? Not be a single mom? I think I'll take my chances. It's like, I think I'll. And then some people are like, well, you should have married him for, like, what difference would that have made? Again, it's like I'm more worried about what people think of me than what I want to fucking do. Because now, if I'd have married him, oh my gosh, y'all, let me tell you. Like my sister's soon-to-be ex-husband. Oh, if I'd have married my kid's dad before I decided to, like, if I tried to divorce him, he would have tried to take me for everything I have. He's that guy. Narcissists are such assholes. Like, they totally will turn into fucking females on you. He probably would expect me to pay him alimony because I probably was making more than him. Actually, I think I was. And that's with me not even working full time, if working at all. That's actually why we didn't work. He was always expecting me to, like, give him money, but I wasn't working because I was home with our 3 small children. We have a set of twins and a 7-year-old. Well, our son is now 7, but at the time, of course, he was a toddler. Okay, so it was like basically 3 small babies. And one is a set of fucking twins. And he never came home. Didn't treat me well when he did. When he did come home, you basically wish he would leave. Even though I needed the help, I wished he would just leave because he was so awful when he did come home. He was calling me names and making me feel extremely undesirable. Like I wasn't good enough. Even though I was the reason the kids are alive, it was like you're just worthless to them. He treated me like I was completely worthless. And if I'd have gotten married to him, because while I was dating him, so let's say I got married to him before I had kids. I acquired like 20 acres of land in that time period. He would have tried to take half of that. Yeah. I was making at some point with my business $3,000 a week. Making more than him. He could have taken me for alimony. We were together almost 7 years. Yeah. So tell me, out of all of that, how that would have been a badge of honor for me. Like how would that have been a win for me? Literally the only thing I would have got out of it was, oh well, at least you're not a single mother. At least you're not a baby mama. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. My bank account loves me for it that I did not marry him. My self-esteem, my sanity, my happiness. Higher self Sam loves me for it. Lots of self-love there. She's like, good job, girl. Like, you followed your spirit and your senses and your heart, and you got the fuck out of there. And you knew when to say no. You knew when to stand up for yourself. Despite what everybody would tell you to do, you said no. And the thing was, this is what's crazy to me. People think, there's females out there that think women are having children for men. We are the creators. Do I look like I'm having children for a guy? Are you kidding me? How pathetic are you that that's why you're having your kids? This can't be life. I'm like, this cannot be life. And then I'm on Twitter, and this lady's literally like, she blocked me, by the way. I can show you all the screenshots. I screenshot everything, but I blocked her too. Fuck you. But anyways, she was like, why are people glamorizing single parenthood? I'm so miserable without having a partner to do life with. So you don't like your kid? I don't get this. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, you need to speak for yourself. Like, people are not glamorizing anything. No one's saying this is fun, but some people are actually happy because we got out of like abusive relationships and stuff. Like, some people were just happy to be alive. The fuck? Like, talk for yourself. Speak for yourself. Do not speak for me. And I know this is like something no one talks about, but like some women are having babies because they just want to have a baby. Imagine that. Imagine that. I'm doing something for myself. It's not for anyone else. I know that's hard for people to wrap their head around, but some women are actually out here living their lives for themselves. I have children that are very well taken care of because I just wanted children. I love kids. I wanted to be a mom. I think that's a good enough reason to have a child. There's a lot of people having kids that don't want to be parents. I love my children, and I absolutely love being a mother. It's like the best job in the world. Yes, they get on my nerves sometimes, but I absolutely so adore them, and they know it. And it's actually pretty problematic that people would have children for someone else. Because let me tell you a story. My sister had a friend who had, her husband passed away, and she was so mad because he left her with the 2 kids. That's what usually happens when someone dies. You're married, your spouse dies, you have the kids now. She was livid because she said he wanted the kids. She didn't even want kids. So she had them for him. And then God would have it, he died from cancer. And she was pissed because she didn't want the kids. That's interesting and really like weird and sad. I'm like, did you mistreat the kids? I mean, I don't know. It's just weird. It's concerning. It's problematic. Giving me borderline abusive. So I don't know. I feel like that's something you should want. You should minimum want to have children, not just do it for your spouse or some other person. It's like really strange. I never even thought of that before. And that's another thing you have to do when you're married. Stuff like that. It's weird. Oh, my wife wants another kid, so now I gotta go have another kid. It's just like, oh my gosh, like. So when I met my ex, that was something that like we just actually bonded on, was we both wanted more children. That was like the first thing we both said was we both wanted more kids. Yeah, so it didn't matter at that point. Like, we knew that like whether we work or not, our children are going to come first. Like, we're going to be the best parents we can be for them. That is so important. That's what's important. Not I have a ring on my finger, or I had a kid for this person over here. It just, what the fuck is happening? It's just sad. And that's why I call myself the unpopular opinion, because I feel like common sense isn't common anymore. Like, people don't think like these. Everyone's living for like everybody else, and they're so used to it that when you find someone who actually is living for themselves, you might be considered selfish. Just for like making your own decisions for yourself. It's my life. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. It's like, this is my life. It's weird. Like, literally, God put me on this earth by myself. If he wanted me to have a built-in partner, he would have gave me an Adam. I don't know. Like, he was stuck me with someone. I just got here by myself. And if you're going to have children, like, make sure you want to have them, so you take good care of them no matter what happens to that person, the other parent. Just fucking do that for me, please. If you don't want to have them, please don't have them. That's it. It's that simple. Don't have them. Don't have them to keep a man that's not going to keep them. Don't have them to make your wife happy because she wants another kid. Don't do that. Don't do that to a child. Fucking hate that shit. Fuck marriage. That's not really what it is. Fuck marriage. But yeah, I don't know. I wish I could give people a different story. I wish I could tell people marriage is great. It's a fairy tale. It's the fairy tale you always thought it was. It's so wonderful. I wish I could give them that lie. But I can't. I'm a truth seeker. I tell the truth. And when I really sit here and try to think of one marriage that is healthy, not even not healthy, but like abusive, like straight up fucking abusive. Like, I'm not even talking about marriages where it's like, I just don't like my spouse. No, it is bad. It is bad. I don't even like to think. Like, I'm so traumatized by the marriages I've seen. Like, I don't even like talking about them or thinking about them. That's how traumatizing they are. I've seen, like, so much crap in the military alone. And then my family. Ugh. And I'm gonna tell you this thing too. Like, one thing you'll notice when people get married, they never talk about their marriage. It's like the wall of silence goes up. There is literally no transparency there at all. And their ideology is, oh, you gotta keep people out of your marriage. Why? What are you keeping them out of? What is it? What is there? What am I getting into? You know, it's just like, what's happening here? It's weird. People talk about their kids, they talk about their work, they talk about everything, but your marriage is like, it's like this secret society. Because people are so intent on holding on to it for dear life, no matter how shitty and abusive it is. So they don't want people to know the truth, because they don't want people judging them or telling them, like, I can't believe you're staying with this person. They don't want to know the truth, because they know what the truth is. And they know the truth ain't pretty. So yeah, that's my video. It's like, people ask me to do it, I'm gonna do it. about to bust the lid off this shit. So I honestly think a lot of people who still want to get married they probably don't know a lot of people who are married. And they probably haven't been married themselves either. I'm definitely not saying don't get married, but there's a way to do it, okay? That people are not doing a certain way that they should be doing, and that's what I want to teach people how to do marriage, how to like pick the right partner. And this is from someone who probably will never get married again. I'm gonna throw that disclaimer out there because I'm not a fan. Never have been. I'm just like too much of a free spirit. My dream person would be a guy who just like, we just get each other. And it's just like, okay, at this stage in my life where I already have my kids, I don't need the money or whatever. I got my own shit. I'm chilling. Now I'm not sharing my assets with anybody except my children and my grandchildren, etc. So living apart together is like right up my alley. I visit you because, okay, so let's give an example. There's this guy I met who I really like. I don't really like him because I don't know him. Okay, let's back this up. We're vibing. Okay, I haven't met anybody in like a year. Like a year that I actually liked, right? So that's the first thing. Is like I'm not out there running around just grabbing someone just to say, oh, I'm married. I'm taking the time to love myself first and find out like what is Samantha like. Okay, that's the first thing you do. Love yourself first and say, what do I want? Okay, that's the first thing. Then my fingers are freezing. Okay. Okay, so anyways, I had to get out of there. I'm like, I'm fucking freezing. That's the first thing you do is you take that time to go into hermit mode and think to yourself, what do I want out of life? Like, what do I like doing? Who am I? And you especially want to do this when you've just gotten out of a relationship, right? Because like, let's keep it a buck. Like, I don't really care how long a relationship is. Almost every relationship is going to change you somehow. I don't know anyone who's been in a relationship where it's like, let me get some water. Okay. I don't know anyone who's been in a relationship, even if it's like a month, even if it's like 2-3 months, even if it's been like 5 years, whatever, it's going to change you. Okay? Let's put that out there. It's going to change you. So, the first thing you want to do, I'm giving my little short class right now. First thing you want to do when you break up with somebody is you want to take the time to think like, what are my interests? What do I like to do? Who am I today? Because when I went into that relationship, that marriage, months ago, weeks ago, years ago, it's going to change you. People just have a way of doing that. Trauma changes you. I should know because I met my twin flame and then I had met some idiot right before him, and it wasn't even like we talked that long, but it changed me a lot. I mean, if you're feeling changed from that, then you have to say, okay, first you need to heal. You need to heal. Don't jump into something else just because you need to be validated, because you need to have some value, because you need to feel important, because you're looking for love and happy. You're looking outside of yourself for someone to make you happy. Like, stop it. You're a mess, okay? You are a fucking mess. Like, if you're looking for someone to make you happy, you've already failed. You have already failed. You literally about setting yourself up for failure, right? I can never get stuff off. You're literally looking yourself up, setting yourself up for failure right there. Stop it. Just fucking stop. Just stop. I hate it. If I hear one more person say, I need to find someone to make me happy, or where's my other half, I'm going to slap them. My gosh, that shit gets on my nerves. So that's the first thing. Heal. Take time to heal. Take time to get to know who you are. Go into hermit mode. Spend time alone. You can spend time with friends. Whatever works. Just depends on what you're doing. For me, I was having a whole spiritual ascension. So I really could not deal with people. I couldn't deal with humans, okay? I just could not, okay? But you want to take the time to heal and find out like what your interests are, right? So that's the first thing. Because if you don't know who you are, how in the world are you finding a partner? If you don't know who you are, how can you say you love yourself? If you don't love yourself, how can you love someone else? This stuff is pretty self-explanatory, but people don't get it. So we're gonna break it down. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had these little things to put in my hair that are super cool. But anyways. So you take your time to get to know yourself, right? That's the first thing. First and foremost. Then, okay, I know myself. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. Then okay. For women, me personally, I don't think you should look for a partner. Like, ever. Like, ever. Like, I just feel like they should come to you. I feel like once you raise your vibrations, like, you heal, you love yourself, you're working out, you're looking good, you're feeling good, like, the right guy is going to come along. Why is this so fucking weird looking? I feel like once you get all that together, then the right guy comes. Let him come to you. Don't be a desperate Nelly and go running around looking for somebody. It's just gross, okay? Then when you meet the right guy, then you got to see if he's the right guy for you, right? You know, do your test. Like, don't run around act like you're lucky to have found someone. Like, he's lucky that he gets to know you. And, you know, it doesn't mean like act like a total bitch, but have some self-worth. Am I right? Don't be acting so damn desperate. That's my point. Because I feel like there's too many women out there just acting so fucking desperate. You know, like, oh my gosh. Okay, so that's the next thing. Don't act so desperate because some guy shows some interest in you. I cannot get my hair act right. What is happening to my hair? I hate when you first get braids in your hair or something and it's like not loose yet because it hasn't grown out yet. And so it's like very hard to get it to act right. I had to put it up today because I had to work out. And now it's like acting really weird. But yeah, you want to make sure the guy is on your level that you're liking. Like, just make sure he has your... okay. The fact that you love yourself and you have your own interests, like, you know who you like, and now you know what you like and don't like. So when you meet somebody, make sure he matches what you like and don't like. Do not, I hate this lighting. It's fucking shitty. Do not compromise who you are for a relationship. If you meet someone, make sure he's on your level. Make sure he's who you want to be with. Make sure he has the same interests as you. All that good shit. I'm still doing my hair because it's doing whatever. But, see, like, when I do this, when I put it here, then it's acting... Can we get it together? But, yeah, make sure he, like, has all your interests. He's weird like you. He gets you. Whatever you want to call it. You know, don't settle for anything. Do not get with him just because he looks good. It's not worth it. Do not get with him because you're lonely. It's not worth it. Do not get with him because he has a lot of money. It's not worth it. It's just not. And take it slow. Then once you guys finally get together and, you know, meet up, my thing's about to die. I'm running out of battery. Out of memory. But once the two of you finally meet up, take it slow. You know, don't rush it. What's the rush? Okay, so that's my quick course. Now my hair wants to look decent when I have like 2 minutes.